I'm here with Brother Simon. We're going to talk about a few things. Youth ministry. We're going to talk about the transition from being a professed brother to an ordained priest in the Benedictine community. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So we're talking this month about National Religious Brothers, and you're a brother right now,
That's right.
but on your way to be an ordained priest.
Yep.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I joined the community about 5 years ago at St. Meinrad. It's in the southern part of Indiana, and I've been there, about 5 years. And there's formation processes leading up to making solemn vows. So I made solemn vows in January, and part of that time I've been in seminary. We have a seminary at St. Meinrad. So I'm in my third of 4 years of theology, and God willing, will be ordained a deacon in April. So
wow.
Yeah.
And you found your call to the religious life through a ministry of the Benedictines. So tell us about that.
That's right. So we have a high school youth program called One Bread, One Cup, and it's in its 25th year. And in high school in 2005, I participated as a junior in high school, and that's when I found out, oh, these monks are real. You know, these guys that look like Jedis are a part of our church, and they do something awesome for our church. And so the idea of priesthood, monastic life kept growing on me, and I served as a college intern for the same program. And then I worked at St. Meinrad full-time as a layman, and then I think God was like, okay, why not become a monk? And here I am.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That beautiful kind of nudging over time,
That's
which
right.
is really how that grew, like not this knocking off of the horse kind
Yeah,
of thing.
not like here, but it's like, okay, how does this settle, and what do you think of this? And so there's an opportunity for prayer that way.
Yeah. And your community is made up of both ordained priests in the religious community and professed brothers. So tell us about that coexistence and how that works for your charism.
Absolutely. So as Benedictines, I would say in some sense we're special at St. Meinrad because we have a seminary. So we need more priests in order to form future diocesan priests. So about 3/4 of our community are ordained priests, monk priests. And then about a quarter of the community are brothers. And so I describe it often as it's like a baseball team. We each kind of know our position. And so for some of us, it's like, okay, how am I going to serve this team, or how am I going to serve my community? And some discern through prayer with God, through conversation with superiors that, okay, yeah, I think I'm supposed to be a monk priest, a priest as well.
Yeah.
So our primary vocation is as monks, but many of us serve the community as priests.
Wow. That's a great way to describe it, in terms of the baseball team too, because one of the things I've often said about celebrating National Catholic Brothers Day and the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker is that people see the role of a religious brother ministering in the community, but you're ministering in the community within a community.
Exactly.
In a way,
And, we have a brother at St. Meinrad that sometimes he'll get asked like, oh, you're just a brother. And for him, that's offensive. It's like we're all monks.
Yeah.
And so we're all serving our community in a unique way.
Yeah.
And for some, it's as priests. Some, they don't go on for priesthood, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We're all monks, which is really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, I want to hear about the ministry of One Bread, One Cup, and that
sure.
great history.
Yes. Yeah, so we had a college that closed in the late 90s, and so we were discerning, okay, how do we continue this ministry to young adults, to high school students? And so this vision for One Bread, One Cup came about. And so we started with one conference turned into two conferences turned into three, and so each summer we welcome about 300 to 400 high school youth on campus for a 5-week conference. Each conference is 5 days. And so they come from all over the United States and learn about the Catholic Mass and why we do the things we do. And there are sessions for the young adults and the youth ministers and the high school teachers there as well. So the high school youth are in one session, the adults are in another session, and it's a beautiful program that allows the youth to learn about, okay, this is why we do the things we do at Mass. It's a beautiful program.
And who sort of is your target population to participate there?
Yeah, we target high school youth groups, but also high school campus ministry groups. So high school campus ministers will bring groups from their high schools, as well as youth ministers. And then we also, a big component of the program is the college internship. So college interns, about 22 of them, live with us for 2 months of the summer.
Wow.
And they have their own formation. So they put on the conferences, and in the off weeks, they're learning about different tenets of theology and applying that to their lives. So
that's great.
I'm a product of the program, as I mentioned, and we have men who have become diocesan priests that have been part of either the internship or the youth program, men who've become monks, women who've become religious sisters. We've had men and women who have met and gotten married. So it's a fruitful program, to say the least.
That's great. That's great. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to share with us about the process, and brother on the road to becoming a father. That's tremendous. That's great. And all through this ministry of the Benedictine community, just really, really beautiful. Thank you. Thanks.